What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Blank Online here today to chat with you more about some Call of Duty Modern Warfare as well as Call of Duty Warzone. A big old patch just came out for both games. One patch did both, the other patch only did the main game. So if you don't know already, if you only own Warzone, so the free-to-play game, you only have to download one 10GB patch roughly. If you're on PS4, it'll vary in size for the other consoles as well. If you own Modern Warfare, so the multiplayer campaign and Spec Ops, you have to do a 10GB update, and then you have to do another update, which is a data pack, which you install, and when you go into the game first off and you click multiplayer or Spec Ops, it'll prompt you to download that data pack. It's around 17GB extra for that data pack, making the whole update 27GB if you own Modern Warfare. Now, I'm not going to go through the patch notes. What I'm going to go through today is the secret updates and the secret things that Infinity Ward did for Warzone in this update. So there are many things that Infinity Ward did to this update that I don't think a lot of people are talking about and a lot of people know just yet. One of the main things that you can do here with this new update is the ability to drop weapons. And this was, by the way, this is things that weren't in the patch notes, things that Infinity Ward didn't blatantly outline, therefore secret updates. So the ability to drop weapons here in Warzone is something that I think a lot of people have been pushing for and a lot of people have been asking for as well. One of the most frustrating things is dropping in from the gulag and literally running around with no weapons. Now it makes it easier for players to drop their weapons to their teammates who just spawned through gulag. One of the things you have to keep in mind though is it only lets you drop the weapon that you have equipped at that point in time. So if you have an M4 and a MP5, you can only drop the M4 if you're holding the M4. Once you switch to the MP5, then there you go, you can drop the MP5. So keep that in mind when you're playing around and you're dropping weapons for your teammates, that it will prompt you to drop the weapon that you are currently holding at that point in time. The next thing that Infinity Ward did here was replace bounties with Most Wanted. Now, Most Wanted was in the patch notes, but replacing bounties with Most Wanted wasn't. So Most Wanted, if you guys don't know, essentially if you survive 5 minutes with everybody knowing your location in the game, your team can respawn from the gulag. So if you're a player and your teammate was in the gulag, died, and you have to pay $4,500, this allows you to save $4,500 as long as you survive the 5 minutes. And again, yes, everybody knows your location. What's interesting is that they replaced this with bounties. I originally thought that bounties was going to be there alongside Most Wanted. So you have Recon, Scav, bounties, and Most Wanted. Now it's just Recon, Scav, and Most Wanted. I don't necessarily see what the point is in replacing bounties with Most Wanted. And while yes, they are similar, they work, but they work in different ways, right? They're completely different contracts and they give different rewards. So for me at least, I don't necessarily see the point in replacing bounties with Most Wanted. We probably will see a future where we have 4 contracts in the game, so Most Wanted, bounties, Scav, and Recon. I feel like Infinity Ward just didn't want the map to be littered with all these different contracts, but then again, what you could do is increase the amount of variety in contracts and then just kind of reduce the amount of contracts that are around the map, so it's not just, I guess, plastered with all these contracts, if that makes sense. The next thing they did here with the update is they scattered around key cards around the map. Now, these key cards don't do anything. They're a droppable item that you can pick up, but they don't do anything. One of the things that I think is going on here is we're going to potentially seeing map changes come to Warzone and finally have that Fortnite-like storyline start to play out here in this game. Throughout the map, you may have seen instances where you can put a password when you go into bunkers. Now, what I believe is happening is that these key cards will allow you to unlock those passwords and allow you to go through whatever door the password is sealing off. And I think that's going to come into play with the storyline that Infinity Ward is setting out with Warzone, and I think it's going to be really, really cool. So this is kind of our first step and our first instant of some sort of piece to the puzzle that we've been trying to uncover this whole time while playing Warzone, because there's many instances throughout the map where you can hold square to put a password or hold square to answer the phone and nothing happens. So I think it's been there from the start. Now we're starting to see the story kind of play out, and I think that's really, really cool. Again, not in the patch notes. The next thing here that they changed, and that's not in the patch notes, is the shield turret and recon drones no longer show up on enemy radars. So one thing that used to happen before the patch is if your team or if an enemy team had a shield turret, you were able to see where the shield turret is and where it's shooting at. Same thing with the recon drone. This update changed that, so you can no longer see shield turrets and recons, which is a interesting change. I don't see the necessity in doing that, but I mean, they did it for a reason, I guess, and I personally just don't see why they needed to do it, but it's there, it's happening, it's secret. The next thing we have here is that they changed up the kill feed so that players leaving the game no longer constantly spam in the kill feed. It's a little minute change, but it's a welcome change. It's annoying seeing it just completely filled up by so-and-so left the game. When a whole squad dies and they leave the game, you see all 3 names or 4 names or whatever pop up on the kill feed. It's nice to see that that was changed. It's nice to see that that was condensed. It's something that we saw in multiplayer when there was a lot of bullcrap in the kill feed. People don't like it. They switch it up. Now it's coming here to Warzone. Again, cleaning up that kill feed and making it only the more important things that are happening throughout the game, which are obviously kills and recons and that sort of thing. The next thing they changed here without actually telling us in the updates is armor satchels. Now, they did tell us about armor satchels, but they didn't tell us that armor satchels will be sort of there coinciding with gas masks when you complete scavenger contracts. Before the update, whenever you completed a scav, you would actually go ahead and receive a gas mask or 2 by the end of the scavenger contract. Now what will happen is that you'll either get a gas mask or you'll get an armor satchel. Now, armor satchels allow your player to hold up to a shield rather than the traditional 5. Again, making it a more rare drop, obviously, because having a shield is pretty cool and very, very useful, especially once you get into the later stages of the game. I think it's interesting, the armor satchel idea. From what I've played post-patch, they drop a lot. Like, a lot of people get an armor satchel. It's not too hard to get an armor satchel as well. And it's going to be interesting to see how it develops and how people start to use it. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if it ends up being an overpowered mechanic or not, whether bulk buying and bulk stacking armor is going to be the way to go. I believe so. I believe it is going to be the way to go. I just want to see how it affects the game, especially late game scenarios, how that whole thing plays out. Because one of the main things with Battle Royale, right, is when you're in a gunfight, making the other player use all their resources, so all their shield, all their ammo, all the grenades and all that sort of stuff, is getting to that point where they literally have nothing left, and it's going to be an easier kill for you. That's one of the main aspects of a battle royale, at least for me, the ability to loot and the ability to sort of dwindle another player's supplies until it's no longer making them an easier kill. It's going to be interesting to see how the armor satchel changes that and how it changes the whole dynamic of the game, but I think it's a good addition. I just want to see how it affects it due to the availability of armor satchels. If you could only get them if you completed scavengers, I think that'd be cool, and only opening legendary crates, I think that'd be cool. But again, they drop so regularly. It's going to be interesting to see how this affects the game moving forward. The next thing that I want to talk about, and the final thing I want to talk about, is that the new gun that they just introduced, the new LMG, the name of it is escaping me. I literally just bought it from the store. What is it called? I'm looking through my COD now. The Glitch, aka the Bruen MK9, the new LMG that has recently come to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. We know that it's there, we know that it's in the game as a result of the patch modes. What we didn't know is that it's actually in Warzone. So you can pick the gun up in Warzone, try it. If you like it, you can buy it on the store, or you can do the challenge. The challenge is not that hard. It's killing 3 enemies near smoke in 15 different matches. It's not too difficult, it's not too hard to get, but if you don't want to do that grind, you can always buy it from the store. But try it out in Warzone first, see if you like it. It's pretty OP. It has a thermal sight on it, so I don't know how you feel about a thermal sight, but it's pretty good. Shreds armor, gets kills pretty easily, it has a decent fire rate. So if you haven't used it yet, go on Warzone, try it out, and then let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. But that's all the secret changes that Infinity Ward made here in Modern Warfare, is in Warzone more specifically, which is what we're talking about here in this video. A lot of little changes, a lot of things that I guess would have been nice in the patch notes, but I guess, I don't know why they wanted to keep it secret and whatnot. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment down below. Again, if you've used the Bruen MK9, let me know what you think about it in the comments section down below. And out of all these secret changes, which one is your favorite? Let me know the one that you think is going to affect the game the most, and the one that you think is sort of the best change for Warzone. Let me know all that stuff down below. Click subscribe if you're new here so you don't miss out on my next video. And by the way, I finally secured twitch.tv/Black twitch.tv/blankonline. Previously it was twitch.tv/blankonlive, but I finally secured it /blankonline, so I'm very excited about that. So I'm going to start streaming on Twitch very, very soon. So if you haven't yet, go follow me on Twitch. The link is in the description down below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.
Pull up in the gold, I'm leading. But them other man need feeding. I don't wanna go Bombay. Them I don't know what I do when I go from Beeling. Leading the pack in black and I'm on with a bat. Snapping with a phone and die. Boss up a man with a duster. Put him in a drip and sit blockbuster. Win, 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 that's the only ammo. Ring, 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 I reply with NO. Call me Leno, had it hot.